In 2024, we know there was plenty of new drivers on the market, and the big talking point was the 10k inertia. So the most forgiving drivers out from multiple brands this year, but which one should you be looking for? If you're looking for a new driver, if you're looking to pick up a driver at a bargain price going into next season, then these are talking points that we need to go over. Today we are talking about the two main 10k drivers that came out in the market, but how are they going to perform? One of them is seen on tour and is used by tour players. The other one, I don't know if there's a tour player out there using this model, so who would it be designed for? And it's that time of the year where we will be talking about what is the best driver, what bargain could you potentially pick up in January when we know there will be a few new drivers out on the market. But this for me was one of my favourite drivers that I tested. So the QI10 Max driver was the most forgiving from Taylormade, and although it sits and looks a little bit different behind the golf ball, performance wise it performed exceptionally well. It did exactly what I wanted it to do, what you would want it to do. But would it compete? Again, not on tour. Do you want something that is tour proven? So get in the comments below, guys. Are you looking for a driver that somebody on tour uses that you go, okay, well, if they're using it, that could be good for me? Or are you just thinking, right, what's going to perform the best when I go for a fitting? And exactly there, a toe strike up the right hand side, but drawing back. Still looks to have, yep, just got to that bunker, which for me is a good tee shot. So very interesting there. It was a nice penetrating ball flight. It's not shot straight up in the air, but I've got forgiveness. A pole strike, plenty of ball speed, but who would this be directed to? And this is the gentleman that it could be perfect for. So again, you will have seen Dave test a lot of drivers at the start of the year. He's got a PXG in the bag. But this driver right here is somebody who needs maybe a little bit higher launch, which we know Dave has needed over the years. Again, not too much offset on this driver, so it's not something that's an anti-slice driver, which for me is the main thing, and that's the same with that Ping G430 10K. So again, although you can tell what time of year it is, it's not set and it's not always obviously just trying to stop those slice shots. So Dave is a bit of a hooker of the ball with his bad shot.
That's correct.
But this driver is not going to encourage that. See there, bottom strike, Dave, but down the middle.
And slightly heely.
Slightly heely, but straight down the middle. Not your best shot. Again, let's switch into the Ping. So looks-wise straight away, Dave, obviously, what do you think?
Well,
certainly different looking.
Yeah, very different looking. I always like the some sort of logo on the top to help me align it, although people will say that the turbulator should send you towards the centre of the face. Although I quite like the matte look on the Ping as well.
And this is it, does one give you more confidence than the other, would you say?
I'd say the Taylormade did, yes.
Right, well, let's see which one performs the best. So let's come in with that G430 10k Max. So again, this driver has been used on tour, so again there's a lot of the longest hitters from Ping who are using this, which is interesting because it's forgiving. We know if you're a long hitter with high speed, you often maybe don't hit the centre of the face all the time, so you need that forgiveness, and that's what this driver gives you. And still with that carbon top now, gets you to be able to get the ball speeds that you want, get the variable thickness face, and get that performance. So again there, two very similar shots, Dave. Yeah? Strike wise, very similar.
Very similar, but I think that the Ping seemed a bit more forgiving, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, let's jump inside and test this for numbers. So this again is the battle of the 10k drivers. Are we going to see this next year? Are we going to see, you know, the battle of it being about 10k, or is it going to go in a different direction? Let's get some numbers. So guys, inside, let's put these to the test. What numbers can we get with these drivers before we go into an incredibly narrow hole here at Waterhole? First up, we are going to go Ping. Dave is going to come in. He's just stood back any minute. Welcome back, Dave.
Thank you.
So the last shot there on screen from Dave was 206 carry, 220 yards, and that was with his PXG, his fitted PXG. Let's see how he does with this G430 10k driver. So again, Ping moving that needle, being industry leaders and get into that 10k inertia mark. So a great strike there, Dave. A little bit of a one turned over, but 203 carry going 220. So pretty good start. We're going to hit 3 with each here.
Okay.
So we know that obviously Dave's not always a fan of the turbulators over the top of the golf ball.
No, but if something works, I really don't care what it looks like or sounds like, if I'm honest.
Correct, I was just about to say that, but Dave knows if it goes 200 yards and it gets him down the middle, he's sold.
Bit of a low one.
Low one, but still going to be a good carry for you, Dave.
Yeah.
200, 220, 222.
So far.
Extremely consistent there. So one more, Dave. So straight away there, 2 different ball flights, one a little bit lower, but again, still not too bad. This is the 10.5 degree head, and we also have the 10.5 degree head in the QI10. And there's the ripper down the middle, Dave. That looks like one of the best drives you've hit in a long time. 218 carry, 244, right up there with a Zexio a couple of weeks ago. Right, can this compete? That's the big question. We know we see the ping driver on tour, Dave. I will take that off you for you never to have back. We know what you like. Clubs disappear when Dave's around. Again,
Clubs, balls.
Yeah, everything.
Well, not tees, because you never have any.
I never have any tees, that's correct. But obviously this is a driver that we do see on tour with a lot of long hitters and a lot of seriously good players on the PGA Tour. Again, getting those comments, do you know anyone who uses this Max driver for Taylormade out on any of the tours? Oh, certainly launch tyre there, Dave. Straight away there, a higher launch, looks a long carry. 215 going 230. So a cracking start there, Dave. Let's go again. So straight away there, just missing that middle target that is on here on the Golf Zone simulator, so that'll just be down the left-hand side of the fairway.
Ooh.
A little bit out
Bit
to
open
the right,
at,
yeah.
Impact.
However, 216 carry going 230, so front to back dispersion, extremely consistent. Dispersion, maybe not
side
so.
To side,
yeah,
not
side to side, a little bit off, but distance-wise, very good. But we can't blame the side to side on the golf club.
No.
Unfortunately for Dave. Down the middle, sounded a little bit high on the face maybe, Dave?
A little bit.
Still 200 going
but
215.
Straightish.
Interesting. Let's get out there, guys. Let's get to a tough driving hole on the 3rd and see which one comes out on top. So interesting numbers there inside, and again 2 different looking drivers, but there was a lot of drivers out last year that the PXG also had a setting where you could put it in a 10k setting, so you could get plenty of forgiveness. Again, Callaway stayed away from that. They didn't have something that they actively pushed as 10k, so again, get in the comments below if there was one that could go 10k. I don't believe there was. Again, at Callaway for me, the Triple Diamond was probably the best driver for me performance-wise. Yeah. That and the PXG. So let's go with this then, Dave. Let's give it a rip down there.
Ping first then this time, Chris.
A tough driving hole, but this is where obviously when you get that new driver, you want to be confident with it on a tee on a hole like this. Dave needs driver here. How will it perform? And that will perform straight down the middle again. So
that's as good as I've done ever on this road.
Nice and straight, Dave. So again, inside, not much difference in the numbers like we would expect, but again, 2 very different looking drivers. So this is when you go for a fitting, guys, and all these are available for fitting here at Waterfront with Kyle. All the new stuff, I don't know any of the new stuff as of yet. Well, I haven't seen any of the new stuff yet. Will also be in here as soon as it is out. Give Kyle a call on that number below.
Very clean looking, isn't it, this driver?
Yeah, so again, a gloss finish on the top, very different looking, obviously, from the top there.
But other than the logo, there's really nothing going on.
No, there's nothing around the back. It's not like the Callaways with a little bit of a mark or a symbol like that one there on the ping. So, this is the things that you look for behind a driver. I know there'll be plenty of you guys behind the screen thinking I'm a Titleist person because normally they look a little bit sleeker. Interesting. Oh, it came out nicely, Dave, that one. Well, you hit one more, have you lost your tee?
No, I've got it.
Panic over everyone, he's found his tee. We'll hit one more there. Again,
One.
good launch, just a little bit left. We can't blame the club, can we, Dave?
That's me, that's my standard shot, hitting it off the toe, isn't it?
So do we think there's going to be a big push about 10k next year? Get in those comments below. Would you or have you bought one of these drivers, and how are you getting on with that driver? Great shot, Dave. In balance, right up there with the ping. I think they'll be neck and neck again.
Yeah, so do I.
So guys, think about it. If you're looking for a driver this winter going into your 2025 season, are you going to be looking at one of these potentially? Two fantastic options this year that did perform well for not only good players, your single figure handicappers, but also your beginner golfers, your high handicappers, your mid handicappers. So ticking a lot of boxes, and you might get them at a premium or a bargain price once those new drivers come out in January. So guys, hopefully you're enjoying the content, and if you are, hit that subscribe button below. And what else do you want to see from this man?